Out in New York's Madison Square Garden, the finals of the Big Apple NIT. The Orangemen of Jim Boeheim against the Tigers of Norm Stewart. Should be a dandy. Let's check the starting lineups, Dick Vitale.
Well, we talked about starters today. The key right now, we won't see a specific man-to-man, so that's really not pertinent. You just can see the personnel. Syracuse, not a big team, and you look at Missouri. Leonard, 7 feet tall. Smith, 6'10". I think Richard Manning off the bench, a 6'10" freshman for Syracuse, could become a major factor. A key here tonight, Missouri must stop the penetration of the ball and stop the Syracuse running game.
Manning against Coleman. Tip is up, controlled by Missouri.
Watch the matchup, Coward and Sherman Douglas. Coward a Rip Van Winkle, Mr. Douglas an All-American.
Smith has it slapped away, touched last by the Orangemen of Syracuse. All right, you look right there. Norm Stewart, he recorded his 500th victory on Wednesday night, a 10-point win against Dean Smith in North Carolina. And that man, Jim Boeheim, easily by 26 points against Bobby Knight and his Hoosiers.
Jim, you have the high-profile Big East against a conference looking for great respectability, the Big Eight. Last year they had it with Kansas and Oklahoma in the final.
Doug Smith throws up a brick, and Coleman comes down with a rebound, a backcourt foul. All right, Dick Vitale, the keys to victory if you're Missouri.
Well, if you're Missouri, you must stop the penetration of the ball, and that'll fall into the hands of Lee Coward, their underrated point guard, a Rip Van Winkle. On the other side, Syracuse must have the transition game. It must be run, Stevie, run. Stephen Thompson, a jet, must get out in a break in transition in the open court.
Syracuse and their first trip. Penetration by Douglas to Rowe. Dangerous from three-point range. Underneath, Coleman backs in against Leonard. Off the glass too hard, and the rebound by Sambodi.
We have a lot of Motor City kids from out of Detroit on the floor. Derek Coleman told me, he said, Dick, I've taken them all to school in the playgrounds out in Detroit.
They tried to get it down low to Leonard. Stolen away by number 44, Derek Coleman. Thompson on the break, dishes off to Rowe.
He can shoot it.
Owens battles for it, takes it right away from Leonard. Up Douglas, another look. Slapped away, Rowe down the paint. Both teams a little shaky in the first 2 minutes.
Missouri has some outstanding athletes to match the speed and quickness of Syracuse.
Leonard down low. He was a force on the boards offensively and defensively. Smith off the iron. Sambodi battles. Douglas takes it away. They'll run. The freshman Owens to Coleman. Return pass to the freshman. Yes!
Great body control. That's Billy New O Owens. We heard it, a big O, Oscar Robertson. And now it's Billy the New O Owens arrives at Madison Square Garden with a bang. Billy the Chill Owens.
No good by Irvin. Rowe takes it the other way.
Missouri not patient enough on offense.
Stephen Thompson with penetration too hard, and Owens high up off the glass. Missouri the other way, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Smith around Douglas. Inside, behind the back. Way out on top. Irvin couldn't buy it. Here's Coleman on a breakaway.
Oh, yes! A Motor City mash, the Monster Mash. DC, Derek Coleman.
4-zip, the Orangemen of Jim Boeheim. And quickly, Norm Stewart goes to his bench. He wants the freshman, number 44, Anthony Peeler, 6'4", out of Kansas City. Peeler checks in. Irvin with a bad shot, and even worse defense, checks out.
Peeler's an explosive player. The diaper dandy has great speed and electricity. He told me yesterday, AP wants some PT.
There's a good look at Stephen Thompson, such a force, hitting 81% of his field goals. Big night the other night. Down low, Leonard against Coleman.
They have to go inside to Gary Leonard, take advantage of the size inside. The 7-footer has become an excellent post player.
Leonard started only 1 game last year. Matured over the summer. Coleman.
He really looks unbelievable during the early part of the season. Great attitude. His mental attitude has improved immensely. He looks like he's going to have a banner junior year.
Sambodi dishes to Leonard inside. Big move. Rejection by Coleman, but Coleman fouls.
They have to go inside. I would attack Derek Coleman right now with Leonard. Try to get Coleman in foul trouble. He'll try to block everything. There's the good angle inside. Good hands by Leonard. Good up and under. And there's Coleman rotating over. Looked like a clean block. Billy Owens, look at Derek saying, no, no.
Not me.
Gary Leonard on the line.
Good move by Leonard, though.
Yeah, he's really shown tremendous improvement. Made a commitment to basketball this year.
9 out of 11 from the stripe so far. 82%.
Hardly had any playing time at all during his Southland junior year. We documented it during the first meeting here Wednesday night against North Carolina, who, by the way, beat Indiana.
105-92, the final in the consolation game. When's the last time Bobby Knight's team has given up back-to-back 100 points plus?
Well, in 24 years of coaching, his teams have only given up 100 one time. They came to New York in the Big Apple tournament here and gave up over 100 points in 48 hours on 2 occasions.
Leonard has all of the Tigers scoring from outside. Douglas around the rim, and Leonard sweeps it down. Douglas gets it back.
When in doubt, throw it up high to the high risers. He tried to get the tip in from Thompson. Douglas has one really suspect part of his game, shooting the ball from the perimeter. They need more patience on offense. This is too quick of a tempo for them, even though he can shoot the ball.
Coward for 3. Lee Coward, the junior out of Detroit.
He's a gamer, Jim.
He begged Dick Vitale in the lobby of the hotel the other night for some pub.
Well, he said, I'm ready. I said, are you nervous playing against Sherman Douglas? He said, Dick, I'm from the Motor City. He said, me get nervous?
We've got 15:55 left to go in the first half. The Orangemen off to an early lead, but the Tigers came clawing back.
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I'm gonna love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine.
Want your pets to love you too? All you need for the holidays is the most popular pet site online and Visa. PetSmart.com's preferred way to pay.
Can't help loving that man of mine.
I made my decision.
Oh, he's so busted.
No, it's not okay. I wanted my steak medium.
He's got issues.
Hello. Let me check. All right. 2:30, perfect.
Nice pants. These things are amazing.
Introducing Dockers Mobile Pet.
Excuse me, waitress. Bud Light, please. Can I? Oh, there you are. Oh, hey, wait. Can I have a Bud Light, please? Yeah. Hi. Can I?
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Hey, I'll be right down. Oh, wait.
Make it a Bud Light.
Running a small business is all about pursuing a dream, making your mark, finding new ways to get things done. Sprint understands, and they have some new ways to help your business succeed, like data services backed by guarantees. They call it the Sprint Small Business Promise. It says that their data services will be among the most reliable in the business. So reliable, in fact, that if the Sprint network goes down, even for a minute, you'll get 3 days of service free. Guaranteed. In short, it says that Sprint will be there for you 24/7, with data services designed specifically for small business and backed by unsurpassed guarantees. For your guarantees, call 1-800-307-1416.
Do it by December 31st, and they'll throw in a Cisco router worth $3,400.
So go on, invent a new product, change an entire industry, shake up the world. Just know that Sprint has you covered. Guaranteed.
Suffering succotash.
I thought I saw a putty cat. I did.
I'll catch you, Tweety. Hi. I'm Noel Blanc. My daddy, Mel Blanc, was the voice of nearly all the classic Looney Tunes characters. But my favorites are still Tweety and Sylvester. You never knew what those two were gonna do. They even won an Oscar, and they appeared in over 40 cartoons. And now please join me as we introduce to Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock. This piece of Warner Brothers history is a completely interactive clock. Every hour, Tweety turns up and bops Sylvester, and Sylvester responds as he gives Tweety the hungry eye. You'll get a new show every hour with dozens of different dialogues, expertly engineered to precise detail and standards. Watch as Tweety opens his door with a laugh.
Come on, teach me.
But look out for Sylvester's swinging pendulum tail. The clock features a precision quartz movement with a hidden panel to adjust the time. It even has a light sensor to tell it when it's nighttime. This special edition timepiece will make telling time fun.
Mommy, it's 8 p.m.
Officially licensed by Warner Brothers, the Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock is not available in stores. It's only available through this special television offer. Call right now, and you can get the amazing Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock for only $49.99. As a special bonus, when you order, we'll include this remote control free with your clock. Now you don't have to wait to see Tweety and Sylvester in action. That's right, you get the Tweety Sylvester clock and the bonus remote control for only $49.99. So pick up the phone and call now, folks.
To order the Tweety and Sylvester clock for $49.99 plus shipping, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-215-0600 or send a check or money order to the address on your screen. You must be 18 to call.
Gotta go.
Tonight on ESPN, college hoops with Iowa State versus Boston College, followed by UConn versus UMass, and later a complete wrap-up on SportsCenter. On the Deuce, NFL Films presents Van Brocklin, then the Penguins and Capitals, followed by all the hockey news on NHL Tonight. On ESPN Classic, the 91 NBA Finals, then a profile of Walter Payton, followed by the fights and times of Muhammad Ali. And catch ESPN News anytime for scores and updates.
United States begins to Amici and the ball game is over. Alan Amici has scored the touchdown and the ball.
This is ESPN Classic.
Jim Kelly, Dick Vitale back with you in New York. The finals, Syracuse in the semifinal, easily over Indiana. Stephen Thompson, Dick, a big second half.
Well, he was explosive in transition. Not a good free throw shooter, but a great open court player. If they get Syracuse in a half-court game, Jim, he will struggle. It will negate his great ability in the open court.
Remember the old Cary Grant movie, Walk, Don't Run? This is Run, Baby, Run tonight. This will be a track meet. Out to Smith. Guarded by the freshman Owen. Smith off the glass. Sambodi pulls it down. Back on through by 52, Gary Leonard. He's got 5.
I can't get over the improvement of Gary Leonard. You're talking about an all-airport player. A guy just looked good at the airport, no PT, and now he's become a major force and could be an NBA first-rounder.
First Missouri lead of the night. Owens from 12. Leonard sweeps it again.
Should have heard Dean Smith talking to me earlier tonight about Billy Owens. They finished number 2 in a battle for Owens, and he just went on and on. He said the kid has all the skills and tools you dream of a player having.
Smith with a beautiful pass, setting up Anthony Peeler, his first 2, the freshman from Kansas City.
Great cut by Anthony Peeler. Really something you don't see in a lot of young people. Movement without the basketball.
4-point lead for Missouri. 14:45 left in the first half. Matt Rowe for 3.
That's why he's on the floor. He's an expert. He's a specialist. He's a shooter.
50% from three-point range. 6 out of 12. Make it now 7 of 13. 1-point lead for Missouri. Lee Coward.
Not a good shot by Coward. I think he's trying to take on the challenge of outplaying Sherman Douglas and making it a personal.
Traveling.
Good call by Steve Wellner. Definitely picked up his pivot foot.
We talked about it a little bit. Lee Coward, the junior out of Detroit, going up against Sherman Douglas. A little bit of playground basketball. To use a golf course analogy, a lot of times when Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus go head-to-head, they are so intent on beating each other that the rest of the field was able to kind of sneak up on the golf tournament on the leaderboard, if you will. Same thing could happen here. They could take each other out.
That happens a lot of times. It's a sense of pride. It becomes personal pride, but you can't really get involved individually. You got to think of the team.
Peeler to Leonard, and a foul inside.
That's their early strategy, and I think it's excellent strategy. Go down inside to the big horse in the lane.
The voice is Dick Vitale. I'm Jim Kelly. ESPN, happy you're with us here. The finals of the Dodge NIT in the Big Apple. Syracuse going up against Missouri. The Orangemen led early. Tigers came back, tied it at 6, ran off 4, and now Syracuse has climbed back to within 1. Leonard 1 for 2 from the line so far tonight.
People have to understand Gary Leonard was a non-factor as a sophomore and as a junior. Played very little. Didn't progress as they expected after his freshman year when he started in 20 basketball games. But this year, this summer, he made a tremendous commitment to excelling in basketball and really worked hard over the summer.
3 out of 4 for the line. 7 points for Gary Leonard.
He started to dream of the mega bucks. He thought about all those guys like Danny Shays and people like Greg Butler with the Knicks playing in the NBA. He said, why not me?
Offensive foul away from the ball. It was not Douglas.
Sherman Douglas just gave a little push to Anthony Peeler. You want to talk about cocky kids. When I was at practice yesterday with Anthony Peeler, as we look at Jimmy Boeheim, he's laughing. He said, Dick, you going to lay some PTPs on me? I said, AP wants some PT.
13:50 left to go in the first half. Tigers lead it 12-9. 7 of the 12 by Gary Leonard.
See the strategy right here. Take the ball out of Howard's hands so that Douglas can go to the baseline.
Peeler in and out. Rebound. Swept away. Coleman again. Derek brings it down.
He's a member of my all Muhammad Ali team, Coleman. Cocky has the great legs of Thompson.
Thompson draws the foul in the paint.
Good foul because he's really a horrendous free throw shooter. There's some talking going on, a lot of jive talking. Play basketball, fellas. Forget about that nonsense.
Stephen Thompson, 32, goes to the stripe. 39% free throw shooter, hitting 5 of 13 so far out of Crenshaw High School.
He really jerks his free throw, Jim. He really doesn't have the smooth delivery with the good rotation. He relies so much on his quickness and his explosive jumping ability.
There's what Stephen Thompson has done thus far in the NIT.
He's part of a California connection that's been good to Syracuse. They also have Richard Manning now from California. They had Earl Duncan. Duncan transferred over to Rutgers with Bobby Wenzel, where he's starting to build a program. I mean, maybe you're better off fouling Thompson every time he has the ball.
You're looking at Derek Coleman. He has picked up 2 personal fouls. Thompson, the left-hander, still looking for his first point at 23 the other night against Indiana. 0 for 2 at the line so far.
That's Brick City, USA.
Sandbody free for a moment.
I would go right inside to Leonard. I'd rotate the ball over and attack Coleman right now out of the man-to-man. Dump it inside.
Coleman's got 2 personal.
They got to look right inside.
7 minutes gone. There it is in Leonard. Triple team. Back to Sandbody. Baseline from 14. Oh, Peeler with a foul up. Anthony's got 4.
Well, he sends a message, Mr. Peeler. Hey, I have legs. I can jump and I can run. And we're not intimidated by the Big Orange, the beast of the East.
The beast of the East up against the best, at least one of the best of the Big 8 from outside. Billy Owens, he's got 4.
He is silky smooth.
Irvin the other way, coast to coast. How do you do?
He's a slasher. He's a driver. Transfer from out of Arkansas, recruited by Eddie Sutton, played for Nolan Richardson, said bye-bye to the Razorbacks.
Thompson with a nice touch off balance. Stevens, first 2 of the night.
He's acrobatic in the lane. He's the most productive forward at 6'3.5", 6'4" in the nation in terms of scoring.
Peeler telegraphed the pass. Thompson read it all the way. Matt Rowe checks back in for Jim Boeheim. Thompson sits down.
One thing for Norm Stewart that's a positive nature, his team came out early and established the fact that they can play with Syracuse as opposed to letting them jump out to that big lead and then be intimidated by a Duncan Derby. Look at Peeler playing a point against the 2-3 zone. Syracuse rotates out of the man. Open wing shots will be there.
Peeler inside, gets around Rowe, tries to get his own rebound, slapped out, touch last by Missouri.
Peeler is going to be one of the great athletes to wear a Missouri uniform.
How about field goals early?
Well, Missouri only shooting 40%, Syracuse 46%. Not getting out in transition for layups. Both clubs neutralizing each other. That's a walk.
Derek Coleman having some trouble now. That's the second time he's traveled. He's also picked up 2 personal fouls.
Well, he lifted his pivot foot.
The freshman Anthony Peeler brings it down. Howard on the bench now, the junior out of Detroit.
Sambodi not a threat from the wing. I would just back up and collapse on Leonard if Sambodi has the ball. I'd make Sambodi shoot the ball right here. He's not a shooter.
Nice pass to Smith. 6-footer too hard. Leonard backs it up. Rowe pulls it down.
Center the ball. Center the ball.
3 on 2. The Orangemen to Coleman on the alley-oop. 6 for Derek.
A dunkaroo by Derek. He's going to make a strong run for All-American honors this year. I think you're going to see a consistent year out of Derek Coleman.
We've got 11:24 left to go in the first half. Missouri led by 5, and the Orangemen have come back. They trail by 1.
destruction.
Long live the Undertaker!
From the beginning of his legendary career
From Death Valley, I give you the Undertaker!
to the rebirth of this world-renowned icon.
The Undertaker is kicking!
I think Dead Man Inc. is open for business!
Witness the rise of one of the biggest superstars ever to step into the ring. The Undertaker, This Is My Yard, premiering Wednesday, December 5th and all month long on Dish On Demand.
Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan. They met in only one NBA championship.
This is what you live for, to play Michael Jordan in the final.
ESPN Classic brings you the inside story of the battle between two legends.
The hoop ball around it was unbelievable.
Would it be Michael's first win or Magic's last?
The passing the torch of the era.
Magic versus Michael, 7 p.m. tonight only on ESPN Classic.
Oh, please, let's see that again.
They rotate the ball over to number 42, Sam Bodie. Not a good shooter. He's in triple threat position. He can shoot, pass, or drive. He dumps it to Smith. Smith with a poor angle on a shot. Here comes the Syracuse running game. They kick it out. They get it to their guy, Douglas. He's going to throw the high lob over to Derek Coleman. There goes Coleman with the monster mash. He tucks it away, and that's Syracuse at their best. Run, run, and run.
Derek Coleman, 44, stays in. He has 2 early personal fouls. Just about 8 minutes gone. Surprised he's still in there, Dick.
Well, right now, with 2 fouls, I'd keep him in. A lot of guys have the philosophy of taking a guy out with 2. I know that's Dean Smith's philosophy and John Thompson. He did it in the Olympics with Danny Manning.
Sherman Douglas for 3. His first points of the evening.
When he consistently can knock that 3 down, he becomes, without a doubt, the best point guard in America. I give the slight edge to B.J. Armstrong because he can knock that down on a regular basis from out of Iowa.
Smith with the ball. He's 0 for 5 from the field. Howard back in. The junior dishes off. Sambodi down low. Looks to Leonard. Leonard tied up by Coleman. Goes to the hoop inside the paint. Offensive foul.
See, what's happening right now in the offensive structure, and we'll get this, I'm sure we're going to have it with our expert Kenny Fouts handling the controls. What's really happening right now, Sambodi on the wing is not a threat to shoot the ball. So Syracuse is just pounding and triple teaming Leonard down in a hole. I would put a shooter on the wing with Leonard so they'd have to respect the guy on a perimeter. Right now they're showing no respect because the scouting book says Mike Sambodi is a hustler, a scrapper, and a defensive player.
Missouri does not have much of a chance if Smith continues to go 0 for 5 from the field. They need his 13-point average.
Well, he's got to find what is a good shot. That's his biggest dilemma as a player. He's got great potential.
Syracuse has reclaimed the lead by 2.
Nice look.
Nice pass to Hareed.
Herman Hareed has been such a positive player during the early part of the season. Known as a defensive player, he's contributing offensively, and he's got a real good attitude coming off the bench.
Jim Boeheim's bunch back in front by 4 halfway through the first half. Leonard airball. Hareed pulls it down.
See, the one thing against Syracuse, you better convert in your half-court game or it allows them to run up and down the floor.
Sherman Douglas getting untracked. Has hit back-to-back 3-pointers.
He's answering the critics who question whether he can shoot the ball from deep, and that just will make him a complete player. See, right here, Sambodi's not a threat, so they're going to drop inside when he touches the ball on a wing.
Peeler. No good. Coleman, his 4th rebound.
There they come. Watch Rowe for a 3-pointer. Watch him. There's Rowe. Oh, good look inside.
Hareed with a nice spin. Look how quickly Syracuse is back.
Patience. They need patience right now, Missouri. Bring the ball over to Peeler's wing right here.
Leonard. He's got 9.
Nice little jump hook inside by Gary Leonard. And then he'd fall asleep. That can't happen. That's the Boston Celtics style. Kick it out quickly. Get the quick layup. There's 7 ways you can run with a basketball. We talked about that today at our production meeting, and that's one of the ways. After a conversion, they score.
8 points for Derek Coleman. Smith down low, has yet to score. Peeler the cutter off to Sambodi. Lee Coward. Leonard. Gary Leonard's going to need some help inside. Now, he can't single-handedly carry the load.
He's got to get help from some people like Doug Smith and Nathan Bunton as well, and also from some of his perimeter people. Coward's got to knock down that open jumper. There's some athletes right here going at it. Look at the big fellas inside banging. Playing a little volleyball up on top. Coleman is mean. He's got that vicious look. There's a look at Norm Stewart. Won his 500th against Dean Smith in North Carolina.
3-point shooting. Well, Syracuse, they've hit the last 2 by Sherman Douglas.
I'd still play off Douglas. I'd let him. If he beats me with the jumper, he deserves to win. He's a penetrator, and he creates all kinds of opportunities in the numbers for Syracuse with his penetration.
Biggest lead for Syracuse up to 7. 8:15 to go in the first half. The Orangemen 25, the Tigers 18.
Man-to-man right now, defense by Missouri. Basically, they're a man-to-man club, and it's tough to play Syracuse head-to-head. They have so many quick athletes. Sambodi draws Billy Owens. That's an interesting matchup. Sambodi, one of the better defenders in the Big 8.
Douglas fires with 5 on the shot clock. Sambodi pulls it down. Coward wants to run. Underneath all alone is Church. Greg Church, number 33 out of Palmyra, Ohio.
He's an aggressive player, Church. Versatility is his nickname.
There's our time. The NIT championship from the Big Apple.
Here's a gift everyone will want to open. The compact Rosario 1700T notebook with a laser-sharp screen, hot swappable drives, and a powerful Intel Pentium 3 processor, all tucked in one neat little package, which will be shipped free, courtesy of a couple of reindeer we know. It's just $12.49. So give us a jingle at 1-888-271-0394 to buy now and receive a $50 instant rebate plus free shipping. Hurry while there's still room on the sleigh.
When it's this dark, it can be paralyzing, but not with Craftsman on your side. And who knows more about darkness than Chuck Thorne, owner of Maui Cave Adventures?
Aloha, Bob.
Thanks. Chuck, everyone on your tour uses the Craftsman Professional Ultra Beam Lantern. Why the Ultra Beam?
Well, let me show you. You need a lantern that lasts for a 2.5-hour tour and is really rugged. Look there.
Wow, it's really bright.
You bet it is. It works as a floodlight and spotlight.
That's because of the halogen bulb. And the Ultra Beam is rechargeable.
That saves us hundreds of dollars in batteries.
On sale now for just $29.99. The Ultra Beam comes with recharger and storage bag. Perfect for homeowners, camping, and emergencies. The Ultra Beam Lantern is another example of how Craftsman makes anything possible. Call now. Ask for the Craftsman Ultra Beam Lantern.
Have your Sears or other major credit card ready and call 1-800-582-4004.
Are you tired of overnighters that don't go over well? Or extra beds that take an extra set of hands just to set up? Then the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is your dream come true. This amazing premium quality airbed automatically inflates itself, turning any room into a bedroom in just 1 minute. There's no hand pump, no foot pump, no pumping at all. Just plug it in, push the button, and the patented built-in pump instantly inflates the Aero bed in just 1 minute. It's so easy, it even unrolls itself. So BYOB, bring your own bed on vacation, on business trips, in your camper, on your boat, or even keep a spare in your car trunk. It's like sleeping on air, anytime, anywhere, even every night. The AeroBed gives you the same comfort and support of premium mattresses at only a fraction of the cost, with luxury features like the exclusive adjustable support sleep system and the one-touch comfort control that instantly adjusts the bed from soft to firm while you stay in bed. Plus, the AeroBed deflates in about 5 seconds for easy storage, using 80% less space than a rollaway bed. The Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is non-allergenic and easy to clean. And best of all, it uses all your standard size linens. Your AeroBed comes complete with the attached electric airflow pump, the one-touch comfort controls, and patented quick-release deflation valve, all for just 4 easy payments of only $33. But listen to this, if you call within the next 30 minutes, we'll take off an entire payment. Through this special television offer, you'll receive the AeroBed for just 3 easy payments of $33. Plus, as a special bonus, we'll give you this convenient carrying bag absolutely free. Get your credit card ready and call the toll-free number on your screen now, or send check or money order to the address shown. You can get the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute sleep system for just 3 easy payments of $33, plus shipping and handling, with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you call right now, we'll even give you the carrying bag absolutely free. Call the toll-free number on your screen now.
Famous intersections in all the world. Times Square, where you don't want to be, Dick Vitale, on New Year's Eve. How many thousands jammed down there?
Unbelievable. I'll tell you something. It's incredible on New Year's Eve. It's a pickpocket's delight, they tell me, Jim.
You don't want to take your wallet down there. Syracuse 25, Missouri 20, and we've got 7:45 left to go in the first half. Missouri now. They've gone to the bench. 22 is checked in. Nathan Bunton, 6'9" junior out of Detroit. Church has stayed in after hitting the last 2 for Missouri to get the Tigers back to within 5.
See, right now, Syracuse playing without a legitimate point guard with Sherman Douglas on the bench, but Billy Owens is such a threat as a handler.
Matt Rowe, their best 3-point shooter, fires up a brick.
Lee Coward's due to hit one. He's been ineffective, and he's a good shooter.
Howard is free, dishes inside. Irvin spins around. He's now, that was Bunton, excuse me. Like Coleman might have palmed the ball coming down.
He's overhandling the ball. That's not his role. He's got to give it up and get inside.
Open is Thompson. Great defensive play by Greg Church. Rattled Thompson. It went off his knee.
Greg Church is really a hustling, scrapping player. Coward really knocks the ball off Thompson's look. He looks at the official Hightower. He says, what are you talking about? Ed Hightower, one of the better guys that blows the whistle in the Big Ten. Syracuse with 4 turnovers, Missouri with 3.
Larry Lembo and Steve Welmer rounding out the officials. 6:59 and counting.
See, recognizing shooters is so important in attacking the zone, overloading against the zone, trying to get 3 against 2.
Peeler got lucky. It came down to Church. Bad play by Peeler.
Well, Syracuse right now, there's Douglas back with the ball. He's murdered with the basketball in the open court.
Coleman with a nice move against Button.
Good look.
Howard to Church.
Excellent look by Coward, but Church doesn't finalize the final part of the conversion game. Comes up short. Should have laid it up on the left side. Tried to get a little too fancy.
Jim Boeheim says push it over on the left-hand side. Douglas the cutter underneath Coleman. And Douglas gets free.
Look what I found, says Sherman Douglas, the loose ball from out of Spingarn High School. Produced another fair Syracuse player by the name of David Bing, former running mate of Jimmy Boeheim in a backcourt with the Orangemen.
John Woods, the coach there at that high school. They went 31-0 when Sherman was there. He averaged 26 points, 8 assists. Never fouled out of a game. Underneath is Church.
Church very active, good movement against the zone, get right into the seam and gap of the zone. Every zone has a gap and seam to it.
And Church is a very versatile player for Norm Stewart. He can play every position.
He's played every position during his career. Take a look at the man-to-man defense right now of Missouri.
Coleman slapped away by Church, gets his own rebound, triple team. And Larry Lembo says foul inside. Missouri wanted to travel.
Richard Manning on the floor now moves Coleman out to the corners, to the wings, as we look at Jimmy Boeheim, who's done a phenomenal job as the coach of Syracuse. There's Coleman right now trying to work one-on-one.
Watch Button now. He draws the foul right there.
Button's an interesting story. His dad was Bill Button, died of a heart attack, very young, was a former star of Michigan. They went to the NCAA finals against UCLA in 1965 when he hooked up with a fair player by the name of Cassie Russell.
Nathan's sister Tony plays basketball at Dillard University. Basketball in the genes.
Nathan really had a great freshman year as a diaper dandy. Scored over 400 points, ranked right behind Stepanovic and Derek Chivas. But as a sophomore, he was really inconsistent.
There's the freshman, number 20, Billy Owens. He has 4 points.
What I like about Owens, he has great poise on the floor. He doesn't try to rush things. He doesn't try to make things happen that are not there. Carlisle High School. Great
out of
look.
The hands of Manning.
What an excellent look. Frustration on Billy Owens' face. Going to take a look at Missouri now, trying to attack the 2-3 zone. You want to attack the wings of the 2-3, and you want shooters. See, Sambodi's not a shooter here, so they back right off. Perfect scouting report by the Syracuse people. spacing.
Pressure defense out of bounds. Touch last by Billy Owens.
When you look at the Syracuse coaching staff, you think of Wayne Morgan and Bernie Fine and Jimmy Boeheim, and they've done an excellent job of breaking down the Missouri offense against the zone, because they know in their scouting report that Mike Sambodi is a defensive player and not an offensive threat on the wings. And that's one of the best places that you want to attack the 2-3 is right on the wing, right there.
And Urban with the ball, Dick, 0 for 7.
Good look in a gap right here.
Smith 0 for 8, and whoa, what a follow-up. Nathan Bunton.
Mr. Bunton. Bunton and Smith are from out of the Motor City. Also, Lee Coward's from out of Detroit. Norm Stewart's got that connection from Detroit.
4:15 left to go. Syracuse by 3. They led by 7 at one point. Here's the alley-oop. Billy Owens.
No one throws that pass better in America than Sherman Douglas. Billy Nuo Owens. I'm telling you something. He has so many of the qualities of the big O, Oscar Robertson. Great passer, versatility, can play anywhere on the floor, inside, outside. The Carlisle Comet played for Dave Lebo, the dad of Jeff Lebo, where he won 4 straight state championships. Oh, nobody rotates back. This is a no-no. That's a no-no for a major college top 20 team. No one rotates back. I'd get a timeout if I were Norm Stewart, and there it is. Good timeout, Norman.
The points for Syracuse belong to Sherman Douglas. 2 field goals, 2 3-pointers. 3:36 to go before halftime. Syracuse back up to a 7-point lead.
Howie, what's a good gift to get for somebody you really care about?
Football tickets.
No. Something you get more use out of.
Season tickets.
Something from the heart.
Luxury suite.
Oh, no!
No, Howie, it's a free Nokia phone from Verizon Wireless, just in time for the holidays, so it makes a great gift.
And football tickets.
Now at Radio Shack, get a free Nokia 5100 series phone after instant rebate. Plus, get 3,500 minutes for only $35 monthly access. Radio Shack.
Ain't this the perfect specimen of a man?
Inside the ring, he was the greatest. Outside,
You think you're acting like the people's champion.
I ain't gonna be the champ the way you want me to be the champ. I'm gonna be the champ the way I want to be.
he was even more.
We're going from the darkness to the light.
Will Smith is.
I'm gonna hit your hand 6 times before you get to 3. Go.
1, 2, 3.
Did I hurt you?
Ali, a Michael Mann film. This film is not yet rated. Opens everywhere Christmas Day.
Ms. Prager, please call Mrs. Hoyt at the bank regarding your account. This is Shay's department store calling for Ellen Prager.
There's only one way to escape the torment of debt. You must get out of debt.
Ms. Prager, I really need to speak with you.
The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. Gather your bills and call this number. Amerix has arrangements with over 50,000 banks and other creditors to reduce your monthly payments instantly. It's not another loan. It's not bankruptcy. It's debt relief in just 30 minutes on the phone. And it's free. If bill collectors are calling you, get your bills and call now to speak with an Amerix-approved credit management agency. The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. You know how hard it is to be in debt. Now see how easy it is to find a way out.
Back inside the world's most famous basketball arena, the Syracuse Orangemen, the beast of the Big East, up against the Big 8, the Missouri Tigers. They lead it by 4, Jim Boeheim's bunch.
We take a look right here at Syracuse offensive efficiency, Jim. Total possessions, 37. Half-court attempts were 23. Fast break attempts were only 9. So when you look at 9 fast break attempts out of 37 possessions, that's approximately about 25% of their offense is generated through the running game. It should be much higher than that for Syracuse. The same right here, 37 possessions, 27 are in a half-court game, fast break attempts 6. That tells me one story, Jim. Both clubs are doing an excellent job in defensive transition. They're getting back and shutting off the numbers. They're not allowing the teams to run up and down the court for 3-on-2s and 4-on-3 fast break opportunities.
Another story in the first half. The 6'10 sophomore Doug Smith out of Detroit. Against Xavier, he had 16 points and 11 rebounds. On Wednesday, in a 10-point win, 16 points and 12 rebounds. But tonight, Dick, 1 point after the first half. He's 1 for 2 from the line, 0 for 7 from the field.
Well, his problems, I really believe, could be also mental. He's thinking about Derek Coleman. He knows about Coleman's reputation out from Detroit, where they grew up. Coleman was so heralded out of high school, ranked #2 behind Terry Mills, who's now playing for Michigan. Doug Smith could be thinking of Mr. Coleman. Hey, Coleman could be intimidating. He said, Dick, I took all of these guys to school in the playgrounds in Detroit. Oh, there's a little doll having a good Thanksgiving weekend.
Great night here at the Garden. Rick Pitino, the head coach of the Knicks, is here. Casey Jones, former great coach of the Celtics. Billy Cunningham is here tonight.
Hey, Pitino's got to be celebrating. His Knicks look like they'll win that Atlantic Division. I said before Bird got hurt, they'd be lucky to be third, the Celtics, if they played in the Central Division with Detroit and with Atlanta. And Cleveland, what a team they have this year.
Coleman backs in against Leonard, draws the foul, and travels before the shot. Jim Boeheim doesn't like it. What'd you call him in your book?
Well, I call him one of the biggest moaners and groaners in all of coaching. He, Wimp Sanderson, and Billy Frieder from over in Michigan, the three of them are three of the biggest crybabies ever to sit on the sideline. But there's something about them you got to like. They're fighters.
Coleman with 8 points, but he's turned the ball over 4 times. 19:30 left to go.
He has a tendency to lift his pivot foot before he puts the ball to the deck.
Has not hit a field goal yet. Matt Rowe, three-pointer. Count it.
You can't allow him the open J. He can knock the open J down all night.
Played for Walt Muncie in high school, and Matt Rowe, he's got 6 points, both of them from three-point range. 7-point lead, the biggest for the Orangemen all night. That's where we are now, 43-36.
Man-to-man defense by Syracuse. They rotate out of a 2-3, play man-to-man.
Nice roll.
Great cut without the basketball. Caught the defensive player staring at the ball. Runs a good backdoor cut.
First 2 of the night for Michael Sambodi. Thompson started to run before he got the ball. Checking in now comes number 23, John McIntyre. And also checking in, 22, Nathan Bunton.
McIntyre comes in for Irvin. He's a long-range shooter. He's a guy that came out so heralded out of high school, went and played for Don Seco at the University of Detroit, and never really became the player they thought he was going to be when he came from Catholic Central. They said he had a lot of the skills of a pistol Pete Maraville.
Pretty good high school, producing Tom Lagarde of North Carolina, Gary Spencer of Notre Dame, and Rob Gonzalez of Colorado, eh?
Tom Salagaris also played in North Carolina.
Douglas pulls up. 2 more.
He is such an improved player with his perimeter game. We know he can drive and slash, but he seems to be getting good rotation, especially off the dribble move, shooting the jump shot.
15 for Sherman. Church getting set to come back in for Norm Stewart. McIntyre bounce pass to Leonard, turns around Coleman, and Coleman, his 3rd foul, doesn't like it.
Well, 2 of them have really been questionable. He's had ball, I believe, on 2 times. They get him for making contact.
Jim Boeheim says it should have been a jump ball.
There goes Leonard. The ball's down in the post. Derek lets him get the ball in the post. I don't know. I think that's a look at that expression. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I think he got the forearm.
I thought he had all ball. He's got to make a decision now with 3 fouls.
18 minutes left to go, and Coleman in foul trouble with 3. Leonard, 3 out of 4 from the stripe, 9 points in the first half.
He's stepping off the foul line too soon. Rather than squaring his body, getting that good release, he's shooting and he's stepping back a little bit too soon. Matt Rowe is an excellent complimentary player for the kind of horses that they surround them with. They have enough thoroughbreds that they can have a guy that is a specialist.
Sherman gets around Coward. Coward on the foul.
No, that foul's prior to the release of the ball. They want it to count. Larry Lembo will wave it off.
Missouri has to be very careful here now. If the Orangemen make any kind of a run, build up a big lead, and turn out the lights.
For Missouri to win, they have to get some productivity out of Bunton and also Doug Smith.
Rowe sets up the freshman Billy Owens. He's got 8.
Whenever Billy Owens touches the basketball, something good seems to happen. 3 fouls on Coleman. Would you go right at him? I'd go right at him.
Have to take it inside. They do to Leonard. Coleman's on it. Nice give and go. Penetration by Coward. And Owens draws the foul.
Too much crying and moaning on every call by the Syracuse players rather than just playing basketball. You can't do that on the floor. Eventually in a close game, that can really affect you. Let him do all the crying and moaning. I don't mind a coach moaning and groaning. I don't like to see the players doing it on the floor. See, Leonard got the ball right there. That's just experience in terms of confidence in your ability. He's a senior, but he's really limited in experience. He should know that Coleman has 3 and at 7 feet tall. Take the ball right to the rack.
82% free throw shooter. Lee Coward is 10 of 12 on the season. He's also the Tigers' top 3-point man. He led the team in assists last year. Points for Lee Coward, the junior out of Detroit, and the Tigers claw back to within 7. 17-15 left to go. Inside move by Coleman, tipped up by Stephen Thompson. He's got 10.
There's Thompson, a good offensive rebounder.
Coward trouble.
Look at Norm Stewart. He's ready to have a fit on the sideline. He's absolutely going bananas. Look at Coward with the smile on his face. There's Norm. Look at him. He's refereeing. He's fighting. He's scrapping. What a career he's had at Missouri.
He's saying that Coward was pushed in the back. And he's saying it loudly.
Man-to-man defense. Coward playing off Sherman Douglas. Doesn't want him to beat him with the dribble. See, here's the guy that they should put the ball in. So unselfish, Billy Owens. Made the perfect entry into Derek Coleman. Good two-man play.
10 points for Derek Coleman. The man Dick Vitale had as a third-team All-American last year.
Owens wants the ball right now inside. They missed him.
Douglas traveled.
Doug Smith, number 34, number 1, Missouri. Replacing Gary Leonard.
Now watch, there's Coward, and there's the push. He's right. Douglas did push him in the back.
He did get a little push. All 3 guys missed it.
Sherman even turned around to look to see if he had been called for the foul. Nice touch and spin by the freshman, number 44, Anthony Peeler. He's got 6.
As soon as he comes on the floor, he's another kid, not bashful at all, really believes in his ability, and he is going to be a great player at Missouri. I mean, he's going to be something special.
Stephen Thompson penetrates. He's got 12.
Sir Stephen on a drive to the goal. Here's a guy that gets just maximum out of his athletic ability.
Put 10 pounds on in the offseason. Very good weight training program for the young man.
Came out of a great high school that has tremendous basketball tradition. Crenshaw, Marcus Johnson, John Williams.
Head coach Willie West. Button.
Coleman right now could get his 4th. He's really pushing away from the ball. He's got to be a little headier than that.
Sherman Douglas left all alone for 3 and over the back. Now Coleman's got to be careful. That foul was called on Owens, but Coleman in the vicinity.
Well, he has 3 fouls and playing off the ball. He's pushing and grabbing. An official can nail him with number 4.
15:08 left.
What if there was a camera that required no film, that took pictures and shot video and was the size of a pen? Well, now there is, and it's called the Clever Cam. It's 3 cameras in one. It's a digital camera for still shots that takes up to 360 pictures and can be used again and again. It's a webcam to talk to friends on the internet, and it's a mini camcorder that takes up to 45 seconds of video. It's so small, it's the size of a spy camera. To view the images, just load the software that's included, connect the camera, and send images all over the world on the internet. Print and manipulate pictures too. Just point and shoot. You'll always get the shot. It powers up instantly, and it's so lightweight you really can take it anywhere. Other cameras cost up to $500 and require expensive memory cards. Call now and you'll get the Clever Cam, software, USB cable, pocket clip, and stand, all for just 3 easy payments of $29.99. So call this number right now.
Order Clever Cam for just 3 payments of $29.99 plus shipping. Call 1-800-347-5533.
His controversial exit from the Flyers.
Here at this organization, I could care less about him.
And why he continues to put his life in jeopardy.
Another head injury could turn him into a vegetable.
Eric Lindros, Sports Century, 8 p.m. Monday on ESPN Classic.
Hull on this line for the Dallas Stars. Just by Hull. Shot. You're letting him. Hull, loose puck. Hull, shot. Score. The Dallas Stars have won the Stanley Cup.
Jim Boeheim, head coach of the Orangemen. What a record he's had.
You know, when you talk about Boeheim, do you realize this? 11 of the 12 years at Syracuse, he's won 20 or more games. He has right now a run of 6 consecutive NCAA tournament berths. He has brought about so much excitement with the players he's recruited for the Syracuse Orangemen.
290 wins and counting.
Good up and under move by Coward. He kisses it off the glass.
And Lee now up to 13 points.
Here's a big possession right now. Missouri's got to get tough defensively. They've got to play with some tenacity right now on the defensive end. Syracuse trying to dump it inside of Coleman. They missed him right there up on top.
The alley-oop.
Oh, what a great play. Tremendous execution out of the half-court game. Douglas throws it up to Coleman.
12 points for the man out of Northern High School, Derek Coleman. Playing with 3 personal fouls, remember. Still a long way to go. 14:07 left. Bingo. Lee Coward has 15.
He's doing all he can from the perimeter, but he needs a little help from some of his people along that baseline, Smith and Button.
Smith still has just 1 point, Dick. Thompson changed hands, dribbled with the right, shooting it left-handed.
Got to make something happen here in transition. They got the numbers.
Peeler dishes off unselfishly to Button, flips it up, and Nathan now has 4.
And that was a tough play by Nathan Button. He really was off balance. He had to reverse it. Excellent play by Button.
Good little run here by the Tigers. 13:30 left to go.
They're a good basketball team. Oh, nice look.
Nice dish. Owens won't go.
They got numbers again if they get out of the lane with Coward.
4-on-2. Lee pulls up, throws up a brick, and Rowe goes the other way. Here's a 2-on-1. Douglas, watch this. Foul on Peeler. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
See, no one rotated back. After Coward penetrated and shot the jumper, no one rotated it back. Take a look at the execution right here. No one throws this pass any better than Sherman Douglas. He right now sees Coleman. Coleman sneaks right behind the baseline. Perfect execution.
Herman Hareed, number 33, is in for the Orangemen.
Rose sits down. Herman Hareed checks in with 2 points. The 6'7" senior from Baltimore, out of maybe the most famous high school in all of high school basketball, huh? Dunbar?
Well, one of them. Certainly DeMatha's had a great run. Archbishop Malloy out in New York. At St. Anthony's now in Jersey City, coached by Bob Hurley, whose son will be going to play for Mike Krzyzewski at Duke and will be a factor, I really believe, immediately in the Duke program.
16 points for Sherman Douglas.
See, one of the things I think you have to do against Syracuse is take Douglas away from the game, try to deny him the ball, not let him get the pitch out, and let Rowe or whoever else is on the floor, now in this case Thompson, have to handle the ball.
Peeler, the freshman, works against Thompson. Dangerous pass to Church. Nice move. Greg buys 2 more. He's got 6.
Church is a tough kid, very similar to Sam Bodie, except he possesses ability to score. This team has no quit in them. I'll tell you right now, these kids from Missouri are tough.
How about the way Norm Stewart is using his bench? They're not very deep, but he's done an excellent job.
Well, he's got some experienced people. He just needs some productivity out of Button and McIntyre off that bench.
Nice spin by Sherman Douglas, draws the foul. Sherman will go to the line again.
The general, Robert Montgomery Knight, had so many kind adjectives in describing the play of Sherman Douglas.
That's his 3rd personal foul, 3 on Coward.
I'll tell you a player that's been non-existent here tonight, and he's really been a vital offensive part of the Missouri team, in addition to Smith, Byron Irvin.
Irvin, the 6'6" senior out of Chicago, held way below his 20-point average. Just 2 points has not been a factor at all in the second half.
He's been on a bench most of the second half. Howard's cheering. He's trying to do it all. He's trying to get his people excited.
17 points.
You know, the Carrier Dome is certainly one of the wacky places to go, as is Cameron Indoor Stadium down there with the Wackos at Duke. But they tell me the Antlers over in Missouri. Jim, you and I got to get a game out there in Missouri. I want to see the Antlers in action.
They loved you at Duke when we went down there last year.
Well, I have a
Maryland game.
I have a lot of fun. I just can't wait to get down to Duke again. It's just a beautiful place to visit. Here we go right now. This is a big possession right here for Missouri.
Peeler penetrates and then dishes off.
Sambody's tough. Oh, is he tough inside?
4 points for Michael. 4 points. The Tigers continue to claw their way back into it at the 12-minute mark. Finals of the Big Apple NIT. Syracuse in orange, Missouri in white.
Nothing fancy on defense. Straight man-to-man.
Coleman in trouble, and Douglas comes out. Oh, look at the pass to Coleman. Double teamed, and the foul called on Church.
Derek Coleman's got those long arms.
11:49 left to go. Syracuse 58, Missouri 54. We'll come right back to New York.
Followed by Greg Church.
What does it take to be an e-business survivor? You've mapped out a plan, and you signed on with an experienced and loyal guide. Or did you? This is your e-solution, a problem-solving, systems-integrating business animal. Find out how outsourcing with Sprint e-solutions helps you avoid the pitfalls of going it alone. Get this free portfolio, Business Survival 2002. Call 1-866-604-5426 today. You'll learn the 7 steps successful businesses are taking now to grow next year, including how to protect your website with a guarantee of 100% availability. And you'll learn about proven tools that tell you exactly where your business is going. Call now and you'll even get these exclusive white papers on best practices in business today. You'll see how we deploy our own solutions or bring in new ideas from a leading edge partner and help you stay above it all. For your free portfolio, including white papers, call 1-866-604-5426 today. You'll see there's no comparison whatsoever.
I want to put together a great holiday deal for families, but I'm totally stumped this year.
Okay, you take a desktop computer, a laptop computer, an MP3 player, a digital camera, scanner, and a printer, so the whole family can do music, digital photography, games, and manage their finances. You install it, teach them how to use it, and provide it for a low monthly payment and no payments for 6 months, and voila, everyone's happy.
Wow, you're good.
Sometimes it just comes to me.
Come into your local Gateway store this holiday season and ask about the Gateway Preferred Family Package. It includes a Gateway 500S desktop with a flat-screen monitor and an Intel Pentium 4 processor, a notebook, a scanner, a digital camera, complete installation including a wireless home network, and much more. All for as little as $99 a month. It's only for a limited time, so come into your local Gateway store today. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Coleman looks good right there with that release, Jim. Good rotation.
55% free throw shooter. Derek Coleman has hit on his first from the free throw line. Second one is airborne and good. 2 for 2 from the stripe on the night. 14 points for the 6'9" junior out of Detroit. Along with Dick Vitale, I'm Jim Kelly. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. We've got 11:49 left to go in the finals of the Dodge NIT here at the Big Apple. It's now Syracuse 58 and Missouri 54. We'll take another timeout.
Every Saturday, I get together and play football with the guys. But this Saturday, I had to take a timeout.
Hey, Steve, you okay?
It's my throat. It's all dry.
Hey, mine too. I think I got just what you guys need. Come on.
It was a good thing Brad was there. He explained that we were thirsty, and he gave us ice-cold Bud Lights. He told us that by drinking the Bud Light, parched feeling would go away. You know what? He was right.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Suffering succotash.
I thought I saw a putty cat. I did.
I'll catch you, Tweety.
Hi, I'm Noel Blanc. My daddy, Mel Blanc, was the voice of nearly all the classic Looney Tunes characters. But my favorites are still Tweety and Sylvester. You never knew what those two were gonna do. They even won an Oscar, and they appeared in over 40 cartoons. And now please join me as we introduce the Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock. Completely interactive clock. Every hour, Tweety turns up and bops Sylvester, and Sylvester responds as he gives Tweety the hungry eye. You'll get a new show every hour with dozens of different dialogues, expertly engineered to precise detail and standards. Watch as Tweety opens his door with a laugh.
Come on, tease me.
But look out for Sylvester's swinging pendulum tail. The clock features a precision quartz movement with a hidden panel to adjust the time. It even has a light sensor to tell it when it's nighttime. This special edition timepiece will make telling time fun.
Mommy, it's 8 p.m.
Officially licensed by Warner Brothers, the Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock is not available in stores. It's only available through this special television offer. Call right now, and you can get the amazing Tweety and Sylvester talking animated clock for only $49.99. As a special bonus, when you order, we'll include this remote control free with your clock. Now you don't have to wait to see Tweety and Sylvester in action. That's right, you get the Tweety Sylvester clock and the bonus remote control for only $49.99. So pick up the phone and call now, folks.
To order the Tweety and Sylvester clock for $49.99 plus shipping, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-215-0600 or send a check or money order to the address on your screen. You must be 18 to call.
Gotta go.
Sunday on ESPN Classic. All he wanted was a better life.
You too good for us or something?
No, sir, I just want to go to college.
And football was the only way.
I'm going to get a good scholarship to a good school.
But will his passion for the game cost him his dreams?
He quit. He quit me and he quit his team.
We didn't quit. You quit.
Get out of here right now. You're off the team.
Tom Cruise has all the right moves in a real classic. 9 Eastern Sunday only on ESPN Classic.
Smith still has not hit a field goal.
Yeah, Smith has really come up empty inside.
Doug Smith, 6'10" sophomore with just 1 point from the stripe. And how about Irvin? He's just got 2 points. So there, between them, they represent 33 points on average, and they've only got 3 points tonight. Still, Missouri's in this game. Credit to Norm Stewart. They're only 6 behind.
They really lacked a star player. Last year, they had that star quality player when they had Derek Chivas. But again, also Syracuse had a star big guy, the aircraft guy, Mr. Ronnie Cycli. Yet both clubs, to me, were major disappointments last season. Remember, Syracuse was in a lot of polls, #1 in America, lost 9 games, many of them very close.
Owens goes baseline, 11 on the shot clock. Coleman free at the free throw line, slapped away by Peeler. Shot clock reads 7.
I wonder if there's any kind of an injury in terms of Byron Irvin with him sitting on the sideline almost the whole second half, Jim.
Douglas pressured by Peeler, throws it up. Sandbodi.
They missed him down court a little bit too late.
Nice move by the freshman Anthony Peeler. He's got 8.
Well, he still had the presence, the poise. He's a good-looking diaper dandy.
We are seeing 2 terrific freshmen tonight. Peeler from Missouri and, of course, Billy Owens for Syracuse.
Wait till you see Chris Jackson at LSU and LaFonso Ellis and Keith Bennett with Notre Dame.
Howard picks up the foul. 10:28 left to go.
Syracuse can't apply the knockout punch. They can't pull the Mike Tyson and boom, put him away.
That's his 4th personal foul for Howard.
Earlier in the consolation game, North Carolina came back after getting hammered by Missouri by 10 on Wednesday night. The Tar Heels took Bobby Knight's troops 105-92.
They're bringing Irvin back in. That was a big win. You don't want to leave here 0-2. Indiana left here 0-2, leaving the Big Apple. Also, defensively, they really struggled. They called a foul on Anthony Peeler right there, number 44.
One official has signaled the foul on Lee Coward. They've given it officially now to the freshman Anthony Peeler. The other freshman, Owens, dishes it off inside to Coleman, and Coleman.
See, he's so dangerous with the ball along the baseline, Owens, because he's a tremendous passer. They had a foul prior to the release of the basketball. They'll just get possession.
Holding foul before the shot.
2nd personal foul.
Remember, this year in college basketball, you have a total of 5 seconds to put the ball in play. Does not have to touch a guy by 5, just released by the designated throw-in player by 5.
Good hustle there by Greg Church. Almost came up with a steal.
What that rule does, it really puts pressure on teams that like the pressure, because in the past you couldn't throw the long baseball pass. It would be in violation before the ball touched the player, before the count of 5. So it hurt teams like Ohio State, Iowa, and Duke that like the full court pressure, because now you can throw the baseball pass.
Halfway through the second half, Syracuse by 4.
Oh, he ran with the ball right there. Irvin, they missed that one.
Missed it big. Irvin.
He can't buy a basket, Smith. That basket is like the ocean. Put him on the ocean, he'd miss the ocean.
Alley-oop. Church with the elbow.
Mike Smith had a wide-open 5-footer, and he couldn't knock it down. You talk about struggle, frustration. He hasn't been able to score yet. Now they throw the high lob over the top. There's some contact on Mr. Owens.
That's his second personal foul.
Second foul on Greg Church.
Can you imagine leading your high school, Jim, to 4 consecutive state championships in tough competition? That's what this young man did at Carlisle High School in Carlisle, PA, coached by Dave Lebo.
4 straight Class 4A state champions. Billy Owens had 53 points in 1 game last night.
In the final game, they say he outscored the opposition in 3 periods. He was just unbelievable.
His brother Michael, a tailback for Dick McPherson and the football team. Owens now 9 points.
A very quiet 9.
Not flashy like the other night.
Well, he hasn't really had the ball that often to do his thing. They got so many players to share the wealth, but the great thing he has going, it doesn't bother him. He just wants to win. He's got a fantastic attitude.
You know, Missouri hits a 3-pointer. It's down to a 3-point game. You made a good point a couple minutes ago. Syracuse just unable to apply the knockout punch.
See, Irvin's got to give him some scoring. He's a scorer. He's a slasher.
Church, and a chance for 3.
No one sees the ball inside the gut of the defense. He rotates into the lane, drives down the lane, catches the ball in traffic. There's the entry. Now look at Church in the lane. There's the good body control. He says, where's all? There's nobody here to defend me.
Greg Church goes to the line. He's got 8 points, an 83% free throw shooter. Hampered by injuries all 3 years at Missouri. 3 stress fractures.
The new O's got 3 fouls. You have to be impressed with Missouri. I think a lot of people here thought this would be blowout city.
Down to a 2-point game, Dick. 9:28 left.
Well, people that know basketball knew that this Missouri team was going to come out here and challenge Syracuse. See, recognizing people on the floor, knowing the strengths of the opposition is so important. Knowing Rose's shooter and matching up on him is very important.
15 on the shot clock.
See, I don't like the spacing right now by Syracuse offensively. You should be at least 15 feet apart from one another.
Coleman tries to back in against Leonard. Gary taps it, and out comes Greg Church.
So they're using Peeler now at the point. Not really a legitimate point guard.
Missouri can tie it with a hoop. And they're doing it with Irvin with only 2 points. He averages 20 points. They're doing it, of course, with Doug Smith having just 1 point. Amazing, because between the two of them, they represent 33 points.
See, right now, if I was Syracuse, he's not a shooter with the basketball. That's not who you want to shoot. If I were Jimmy Boeheim in Syracuse, I would pressure the ball, because they're playing without a legitimate point guard with Coward on the sideline.
Matt Rowe for 3. Owens comes down with it, a fresh 45.
6'9" Owens with a big offensive rebound.
Owens against Sambodi. Sambodi draws the foul, a 2-shot foul.
Dean Smith told me today in the corridor here when we were talking about Billy Owens. He said Billy will look up at the clock, and when it's really crucial time, it's what we call that time when the stomach begins to churn. He'll just post up and say, get me the rock, and you watch him operate.
3rd personal foul on Mike Sambodi, the 6'8" senior.
The Big East is going to have a banner year this year, Jim. When you talk about Villanova, they have a deep basketball team, an excellent backcourt with Wilson and West. Georgetown with Alonzo, the Chief Justice Morning. I mean, he'll just dominate in the lane, especially with the perimeter people they have at Georgetown.
The men in foul trouble. Owens with 3, Coleman with 3 for Boeheim's bunch, and Norm Stewart now looking at Lee Coward with 4 and Mike Sambodi with 3. Talking with Jimmy Boeheim, he was watching that Oklahoma-Ohio State game in the locker room before we came out. One of the things he said about his freshman, his ability to avoid mistakes.
Yeah, he really doesn't rush the action. He doesn't panic. He plays with a lot of poise. A real decision now comes from Mr. Stewart whether or not to bring in Coward, because he's his only, that's the only legitimate point guard they have, and he has 4. So they're playing without a point guard. Not a good play right there. They got to make something happen with this possession.
Peeler, a nice dish, and the bucket. Smith gets his first field goal of the night. Even though it's a layup, he's got 3 points. If they can get him on track, if they can get Irvin on track, look out. 7:32 left to go.
What a play by Peeler right there, Jed. Little patience right now. Swing the ball side to side. Not the shot you want. Well, he knocks it down. Unbelievable. He knocks it down. If you're Missouri, you don't mind him shooting that.
Lee Coward wants to get back in. Sherman Douglas now has hit 3 3-pointers, 21 points on the night. Down low to Leonard. Ooh. Church. I'm just waiting to see if that's on Coleman.
I thought it was on Matt Rowe, Jim.
Matt Rowe picks up the foul, and Jim Boeheim goes over and talks to Derek Coleman. A sigh of relief right there. You don't want Coleman with 4.
See, here's where you win a lot of games. Right now, free throw shooting becomes such an important part of basketball. You call it as a special situations. We look right here, free throws. Syracuse 8 for 14. Missouri knocking down 7 for 11. You know, last year, Jim, Syracuse lost 51-50 to Villanova. They lost so many close basketball games. Connecticut beat them in a 1-point game. Lost an overtime game to North Carolina.
3-point game, 6:50 left to go. The championship of the Dodge NIT. Matt Rowe had a notion to Douglas. He wants 3. Won't go. Coleman has it almost taken away, and now finally it is.
They get the block on Sherman. Sherman tries to stop the penetration.
I can't believe it.
I think it was an excellent call by Hightower. He jumped in.
Blocking foul called on Sherman Douglas. Now take a look.
Now watch Sherman Douglas. He's going to try to jump in after he releases the ball.
Oh, he throws his arms out there almost like a blocking back. Good call. 6:32 left to go. Syracuse nursing a 3-point lead, 65-62, and we come back to New York City.
When you have money problems, just going to the mailbox can be frightening. It's the same when the phone rings. You know it's another creditor. I thought bankruptcy was the only way out. Then I called Ameridebt.
Every day, Ameridebt helps more people with money problems. We're a nonprofit organization offering free consultations to consumers seeking to eliminate their debt.
Now my balances are dropping, and I only have one small monthly payment.
Call this number regardless of your situation. Ameridebt, helping America get out of debt.
Well, well, well. The hardcore invasion is coming from the land of the rising sun. Hardcore reborn. More severe, more intense, more chaotic, and more extreme. Hosted by the sexual intellectual Joel Gertner and Missy Hyatt, WK Media presents Japanese Hardcore Wrestling, coming to pay-per-view.
Kentucky, 2 of basketball's biggest rivals in a day of their greatest matchups, only on ESPN Classic. First, Elton Brand and the Blue Devils hold off the Wildcats in 98's Jimmy V Classic. And Christian Laettner's last-second shot in 92 caps one of the greatest games ever. Then, Kentucky gets its revenge in 98's comeback win over Duke. Plus, get up close with legends Rick Pitino and Mike Krzyzewski. Classic Duke Kentucky starts at noon Eastern Sunday only on ESPN Classic. Brought to you locally by Time Warner Cable.
There's our storyline with 6.5 left to go. Coleman 16 points, 10 rebounds. Douglas 21 points, putting on a 3-point clinic. Meanwhile, Smith just 1 for 11 from the field. And look at the 3-point shooting for the Tigers.
You know, it's amazing. Sherman Douglas, we talked about, a lot of the people feel that his shooting from the perimeter is suspect. He certainly has improved that. And yet Syracuse, with him knocking down to 3, they're only up 3 points. And Smith 1 for 11. Another big story. Lee Coward with 4 fouls.
They had originally given the foul to Peeler. Then they changed it to Coward. Shot from the corner, no good. Church rejected by Coleman. Open man, Leonard, soft 8-footer, air ball.
He got tight on that shot. He really got tight. Now see here, you start pressing Syracuse, they'll get layups. Sherman Douglas will create layups. They want you to extend defensively and pressure him.
Reed calls for help. I'm
really impressed with the way Peeler's trying to play. Oh, there's the lob again.
Stephen Thompson with 12.
They can hurt you so many ways with a lob pass. Owens, Thompson, and Coleman along the baseline. This possession could be the game, Jim. This can be the biggest possession of the game right now for Missouri.
Leonard, bad percentage shot. Irvin, 1 for 11. Now 2 for 12.
You got to give credit to Mr. Leonard for keeping that ball active. The 7-footer tipped the ball out for the offensive rebound. Big possession.
RWA 67-64.
Syracuse trying to get a little movement out of their offensive game, swinging some people along the baseline. Now they're isolating Douglas. 2-man game right now, Owens and Coleman. Oh, 2-man game they're trying to establish here with Douglas and Owens. They popped it loose.
Good hustle by Douglas to get it back. Peeler had it for just a second.
Oh, what a basket! One of the worst shooters in college basketball. He's a Brick City, USA. And he throws in a 3 and he gets fouled. Could be 4, Jim. Oh, the Orangemen love it. This guy is Brick City, USA. It's desperation time. There's the loose ball. Douglas goes after it.
All right there, Peeler's got it. Watch the hustle by Douglas.
Now here goes Douglas on the floor. They pop it loose. They throw it to Thompson. Thompson, not a long-range shooter, knocks it down and gets fouled on the play.
Gary Leonard getting a little talking to. Norm Stewart didn't like that shot selection from the baseline. And there it is, a 4-pointer for Stephen Thompson. He's got 16.
Wow.
Suddenly the Orangemen of Syracuse are up by 7.
What a big 4.
Missouri must make a basket this trip. No question. Church, cross court. Sandbodi. Smith starts to ignite.
He's getting very active along the baseline. Can you see this kid when he gets it all together? He has so many things that he can do. So versatile, 6'10". Tremendous passer as well. See, this is what Billy Owens likes. He loves the latter part of the game. So does this guy with the ball.
He's your money man.
Not a good shot. See, he's starting to believe he's a great long-range shooter. That's the second bad one he's thrown up.
3-on-2. Church down the paint. Blocking foul. Reed.
Not really good shot selection by Syracuse. It's so important late in the game to really know your strengths and your weaknesses. See, right now, he's not in good position. Watch this rotation. Now, here goes. See, he bumps him. You must be in a legal defensive position facing the ball to initially start. Then you're allowed to move. And if you beat the offensive players to the spot, the foul is on the offensive player.
Greg Church, quite a story. He only averages 7 points out of Palmyra, Ohio. Started the last 5 games a year ago for Norm Stewart. In that stretch, he averaged 12.5 points. Right now, he's got 10 on the night. He's been a factor on the boards, done a good job off the bench.
Well, last year, Missouri had a real good start and then finished very poorly, losing 6 of their last 9 games after a great win over the Runnin' Rebels and Jerry Tarkanian's Vegas team.
11 points for the 6'8" senior. Played for the Palmyra Panthers, averaged 23 points in high school.
They still can't knock him out, Jim. They cannot knock him out.
7-point lead, sliced to just 3, 71-68, less than 4 to play.
Ms. Prager, please call Mrs. Hoyt at the bank regarding your account. This is Shay's department store calling for Ellen Prager.
There's only one way to escape the torment of debt. You must get out of debt.
Miss Prager, I really need to speak with you.
The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. Gather your bills and call this number. Amerix has arrangements with over 50,000 banks and other creditors to reduce your monthly payments instantly. It's not another loan. It's not bankruptcy. It's debt relief in just 30 minutes on the phone. And it's free. If bill collectors are calling you, get your bills and call now to speak with an Amerix-approved credit management agency. The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. You know how hard it is to be in debt. Now see how easy it is to find a way out.
Running a small business is all about pursuing a dream, making your mark, finding new ways to get things done. Sprint understands, and they have some new ways to help your business succeed, like data services backed by guarantees. They call it the Sprint Small Business Promise. It says that their data services will be among the most reliable in the business. So reliable, in fact, that if the Sprint network goes down, even for a minute, you'll get 3 days of service free. Guaranteed. In short, it says that Sprint will be there for you 24/7, with data services designed specifically for small business and backed by unsurpassed guarantees. For your guarantees, call 1-800-307-1416.
Do it by December 31st, and they'll throw in a Cisco router worth $3,400.
So go on, invent a new product, change an entire industry, shake up the world. Just know that Sprint has you covered. Guaranteed.
Are you tired of overnighters that don't go over well? Or extra beds that take an extra set of hands just to set up? Then the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is your dream come true. This amazing premium quality airbed automatically inflates itself, turning any room into a bedroom in just 1 minute. There's no hand pump, no foot pump, no pumping at all. Just plug it in, push the button, and the patented built-in pump instantly inflates the Aero bed in just 1 minute. It's so easy, it even unrolls itself. So BYOB, bring your own bed on vacation, on business trips, in your camper, on your boat, or even keep a spare in your car trunk. It's like sleeping on air, anytime, anywhere, even every night. The AeroBed gives you the same comfort and support of premium mattresses at only a fraction of the cost, with luxury features like the exclusive adjustable support sleep system and the one-touch comfort control that instantly adjusts the bed from soft to firm while you stay in bed. Plus, the AeroBed deflates in about 5 seconds for easy storage, using 80% less space than a rollaway bed. The Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is non-allergenic and easy to clean. And best of all, it uses all your standard size linens. Your AeroBed comes complete with the attached electric airflow pump, the one-touch comfort controls, and patented quick-release deflation valve, all for just 4 easy payments of only $33. But listen to this. If you call within the next 30 minutes, we'll take off an entire payment. Through this special television offer, you'll receive the AeroBed for just 3 easy payments of $33. Plus, as a special bonus, we'll give you this convenient carrying bag absolutely free. Get your credit card ready and call the toll-free number on your screen now, or send check or money order to the address shown. You can get the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute sleep system for just 3 easy payments of $33, plus shipping and handling, with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you call right now, we'll even give you the carrying bag absolutely free. Call the toll-free number on your screen now.
His controversial exit from the Flyers.
Here at this organization, I could care less about him.
And why he continues to put his life in jeopardy.
Another head injury could turn him into a vegetable.
Eric Lindros, Sports Century, 8 p.m. Monday on ESPN Classic.
It's college football season, and that means Classic Friday Tailgate. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Friday from 1 to 7, witness the greatest game.
Touchdown! The Snake does it again!
The greatest players and the greatest rivalries in college football history. It's the Classic Friday Tailgate. Every Friday from 1 to 7, only on ESPN Classic.
What a job that man has done. He's been like Houdini.
He's done an amazing job when you think of Doug Smith 2 for 12 and Byron Irvin, a 20-point scorer, 2 for 4. That's 4 for 16. Peeler's 4 for 12. They have not shot the ball well, yet they answer every call that Syracuse makes and are hanging in the ball game.
Irvin, the senior out of Chicago, 2 points. He averages just under 21. And Smith, the sophomore, he's got 5. He averages 13. Matt Rowe for 3. Count it.
Matt Rowe with the big trifecta. Thompson throws up the 4-pointer earlier. You talk about big possessions. Right now, every possession becomes goal for Missouri.
Matt Rowe with 9, all from 3-point range. He's their best 3-point man. Peeler, that's 3 more.
Every call is a counter punch, a counter punch.
Anthony Peeler, he has 11, and his birthday is today.
He's 19. It's like Sugar Ray Leonard against Tommy Hearns. Every answer Hearns had, the Sugar Man said, bing, bing, in your face, hit man.
3 minutes to go. A 3-point game.
They're spreading out the court, trying to get a one-on-one. Very difficult to trap Syracuse.
Sherman, Douglas, soft roll. Sandody bats it up. Coleman over the top. Gary Leonard slaps it out of bounds.
I think Sherman's looking a little bit too much offensively to score rather than set up his teammates right now. I think he's got to get the ball in the hands of his people. There is Mr. Stewart.
That was Church who knocked it out of bounds, not Gary Leonard. Rowe takes it. They've got a fresh 45. 2:45 to go.
Going to use some clock. Jimmy Boeheim directing. He's the maestro on the sideline. He's on Broadway, and he wants to be the star.
How about Derek Coleman? A good job because he's played almost 12 minutes with 3 personal fouls. Oh, nice move by the junior out of Detroit. Derek Coleman with 18.
Well, right to the call you just made. Derek Coleman with that good move along the baseline. There's that 2-3 zone.
Missouri makes a 3-pointer. We're right back down to a 2-point game.
Timeout, Missouri.
And, of course, as Peeler sits down, where is Lee Coward? He's got 4 personal fouls. He's the man that they count on for 3-pointers. 2:03 to go. Who will win the NIT?
It's time you expected more from an insurance company. So call Progressive Auto Insurance, and we can give you our low price, plus the rates for up to 3 leading competitors. And that could save you hundreds.
We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
It's time you expected an easier way to buy car insurance. Because at Progressive.com, you can get a quote and buy a policy instantly. In fact, our website is so fast and easy to use, it's been rated #1 4 times in a row. It's time you expected faster claim service. At Progressive, our immediate response vehicles can come right to you. They're like a claims office on wheels.
We make getting back on the road fast and easy.
Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today for fast, friendly service 24 hours a day. We want you to save money, even if it's not with us.
Okay, maybe we're not changing the world, but we are changing the way people buy car insurance.
You could start saving now. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or visit Progressive.com. Progressive, not what you'd expect from an insurance company.
I took the risks and started my own business. Taking risks, that's what you have to do. But here's a way to help your business with no risk at all. Just call for your free trial version of QuickBooks Pro, America's #1 best-selling small business accounting software. That's right, I said free. For no money, not even a shipping charge, you'll get this free trial version of QuickBooks Pro from the makers of Quicken, so you know it's easy to use. Want to write a check? You just start typing, and QuickBooks Pro fills in the rest. It shows you how much money you're owed and who owes it. It even prints invoices with your company logo. And QuickBooks Pro can save you even more time with features like estimating and job costing. And it integrates with Microsoft Word and Excel. Look, we all take risks in business. Now take advantage of an honest, no-risk opportunity. Call for your free QuickBooks Pro trial version now. There's no bill, no hassle, no risk. You can't do better than that.
At the 2-minute mark, the Orangemen lead it by 5. Peeler in there. He's controlling things. Coward on the bench with 4 fouls.
I'm surprised Coward's not on the floor, Jim. Unless there's an injury we don't know about. I'm really shocked.
Oh. Peeler gives it up.
See, Coward would give him the leadership. He's a gamer at the end of the game. He's a proven winner down the stretch. I don't know why.
Sherman Douglas stops out of bounds.
He finally realizes, I think they forgot about Lee Coward. I really do. This kid is a gamer who beat Kansas 2 years ago. Look at Boeheim on the sideline. We're going to watch the turnover right here. There comes a little trap. We're going to see a little turnover. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He stepped on the line, and they nailed him. They have you, Sherman.
Peeler checks out. Lee Coward checks in. He's cold, but he's got 19 points, and he's a 43% three-point shooter.
Plus, he's a clutch shooter. He beat Kansas 2 times as 2 years ago in 2 big games. He wants to shoot it.
Nice dish off. Irvin for 3.
Byron Irvin knocks the 3 down, but credit that to the creativity of Lee Coward. He made that play happen.
1:15 left to go. The Tigers have clawed back to within a bucket.
They're trying to isolate Douglas against Coward. Coward has 4.
25 on the shot clock.
Remember, free throw shooting could be a problem. I'd foul Steve Thompson down the stretch if he touches the ball. You don't want to foul him intentionally to give him 2 shots plus possession.
10 on the shot clock. Douglas down the paint. Bad shot, but a break. Oh, and Missouri comes out. Coward tries to get around Rowe. They'll set it up. Lots of time left.
They have to have a little patience. Not a good shot again by Sherman Douglas. Trying to do too much offensively.
Boeheim says, get the arms up.
Remember, Coward can shoot the trifecta, and he loves the shot down the stretch.
Douglas kicked it.
Reset the clock.
Clock not a factor, though.
Clock not a factor right now. You're right, Jim. 24 seconds. Take it off. Get a timeout and set something up. And that's what he's doing right here.
If Missouri gets 2, we could go into overtime. If they get 3, who knows?
We're going to take a look, Jim, documenting Syracuse down the stretch last year. In close games, they were always coming up short because of ineffective ability to make free throws. We talked about it earlier. There's a look at some of last season's scores. Connecticut 51-50. Well, you can see the scores right there. It was Heartbreak City. They only had 9 losses. There's 6 of them right there, and it was because of the inability to shoot free throws. Right now, this time here, in this possession, they're going to try to get the ball into the hands of Coward. As I pointed out, all scouting reports indicate he's a gamer. He's not afraid to take the big shot.
All right, let's go back just a couple of seconds ago. All right, Missouri in possession of the basketball.
No, Syracuse
with the ball.
There's Sherman
All right,
spinning.
now watch the shot, and then let's see if Doug Smith touches it on the rim. Hits the iron. Is it on the rim there?
Very close. I don't see any violation there, Jim. I don't see a violation. Now, right now, in setting the tone here, down 2 with possession of the ball and 24 ticks on the clock. Right now, it's very important in looking for the shot that you don't run it down to its entirety. You want to give yourself a chance in the event you miss to get an offensive rebound. So they're going to spread it out, get some motion, and they're going to put the ball in the hands, I believe, of Coward to shoot that wing jumper. Syracuse should know in their scouting that Coward's a gamer and a money shooter. Sambodi is no threat to shoot the ball.
They've stacked it over against Lee Coward. He goes to the baseline.
There he is, shooting the ball.
Tipped up by Smith.
Doug Smith tipping. Timeout, Syracuse. Stop the clock.
Doug Smith, 1 point in the first half. 1 for 2 from the line. Not a factor. The 6'10 sophomore starts to heat up late in the second half. Coward with a jumper from 6 on the baseline. Went over the top and dunked it.
Jim, this is exactly what I was talking about. A well-coached team. Shoot the ball a little bit early so you have the chance, as I said a moment ago, to get the offensive rebound. It's so important that you give yourself time for a possible tip-in, especially with the athletes they have. I talked about Coward wanting the last shot. The little guy meets the challenge. He takes it up. He comes up a little short, but here comes Doug Smith from out of the Motor City, and he tips it in, and he says, I haven't had a great game, but what a big bucket. They put back a second on the clock, 3 seconds left. Time for Syracuse to get a shot. What an NIT, and what a way to start the season.
Great replay right there. You saw the terrific position by the 6'10 sophomore out of Detroit against the freshman Billy Owens. Anticipation by Doug.
Well, I've seen so many teams, Jim, wait until the last second and releasing the ball, not giving themselves any chance. As we look at the timeouts remaining, Missouri with 1, Syracuse with 2. Remember right now, the clock does not start until the ball touches a Syracuse player. They're going to try to release somebody, maybe set up a back screen and release someone. Missouri should protect the goal. They might throw the ball the length of the court.
Derek Coleman will inbound. He's 8 for 14 from the field, 18 points.
Good decision. Put somebody right up on a baseline to bother the guy throwing the ball in bounds. Another timeout. They just want to take a look at the alignment. Only trouble with that situation, if it goes to overtime, he has taken away his timeout, so we'll only get 1 for the overtime period.
Norm Stewart got his 500th win the other night. 501 could come as the champs of the NIT.
Want to rearrange that living room? You need some Moving Men. The Moving Men are furniture sliders that make moving even the largest furniture child's play. Just slip a Moving Man under each leg, and even the heaviest piece slides along effortlessly. Each Moving Man is made of a highly polished polymer and fitted with a special grip pad. Sliding furniture without the Moving Men can bunch up and even damage expensive carpet. The Moving Men slide across carpeting like skis on snow. Even this loaded bookcase practically floats along. These men can hardly budge this armoire, yet this woman can slide it clear across the room. Watch this couple rearrange their living room in just a few minutes. You get 8 Moving Men for just $19.99. That's less than $10 a set. But that's not all. We'll also include 8 mini movers. Put them under anything you move frequently for cleaning. You get it all for just $19.99. So stop straining your back and get the Moving Men. Call now.
To order the amazing Moving Men for only $19.99 plus shipping, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-949-4848 or send check or money order to the address on your screen. That's 1-800-949-4848. Call now.
Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan. They met in only one NBA championship.
This is what you live for, to play Michael Jordan in the final.
ESPN Classic brings you the inside story of the battle between 2 legends.
The hoop all around it was unbelievable.
Would it be Michael's first win or Magic's last?
The passing the torch of the era.
Magic versus Michael, 7 p.m. tonight only on ESPN Classic.
Oh, please, let's see that again.
I'm surprised, Jim, at this alignment. Right now, they're not putting anybody on the baseline to bother Derek Coleman throwing in the ball. He's going to try and throw the long pass. There's the Owens, get another timeout. He walked with the ball. He walked with the ball. They missed that. He definitely walked prior to calling the timeout, Jim. He definitely walked with that ball. He walked with the ball prior to the timeout. The freshman made an error, but he got away with it. He got away with it. There was a walking violation. You know how big that would have been? It would have been Missouri's ball right there, and they would have had a shot to win this game. You take a look at Billy Owens. He definitely lifted his pivot foot prior to calling the timeout. Now watch him. He squares. He catches the ball. And now he does a little dance. Look at that. It's right there. He does a dance, a cha-cha.
Should be Missouri's ball with 2 seconds left to go. Instead, we've got a 76-76 deadlock. Syracuse with 2 seconds left to go.
What a break. What a break they got right there. If they win this, look at Norman. He's making a call. I can referee. I can coach. I can referee. But you know what they're saying? They're saying right now from Syracuse that we got the timeout prior to the walk. Strategy right now. Remember, in releasing the basketball on the throw-in, the clock does not start until the ball touches a player on the floor. So with 2 seconds, they have time to get a sideline shot. Rowe is an excellent long-range shooter. I would set a screen up and pop the ball to Rowe.
How do you miss a traveling violation like that with 3 seconds to go? You have to be looking at the man with the ball in case there's a foul nearby.
What they're going to say simply is that they got the violation came after the timeout was initially called. See, right now,
not even close.
I try to get the ball in Rowe's hands for the shot.
2 seconds to go.
But see, they're not setting a screen. Oh, yeah, he's going to come off the double screen. We're going to OT, Mr. Kelly. We're going to OT, baby.
At the end of regulation time.
At the end of regulation in the Big Apple, NIT, that is a happy man. Norm Smith, a 76-76 tie. Syracuse up by 11, but now Missouri has tied it. We'll be right back.
Ms. Prager, please call Mrs. Hoyt at the bank regarding your account. This is Shay's department store calling for Ellen Prager.
There's only one way to escape the torment of debt. You must get out of debt.
Ms. Prager, I really need to speak with you.
The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. Gather your bills and call this number. Amerix has arrangements with over 50,000 banks and other creditors to reduce your monthly payments instantly. It's not another loan. It's not bankruptcy. It's debt relief in just 30 minutes on the phone. And it's free. If bill collectors are calling you, get your bills and call now to speak with an Amerix-approved credit management agency. The Amerix Debt Management System is the best solution. You know how hard it is to be in debt. Now see how easy it is to find a way out.
Real Classics. It's more than just movies. It's an inside look at sports' greatest films from the actors who made them classics. Leah Thompson gets close and personal about all the right moves.
It was very gritty. I remember if the sun was out, we weren't allowed to shoot because they wanted the town to look kind of gray. They wanted us to go undercover so we could remember what it was like to be in high school, like you could ever forget.
All the right moves. 9 Eastern Sunday, only on ESPN Classic.
Along with Dick Vitale, I'm Jim Kelly. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. This building has seen some great basketball games. Syracuse in the championship built up an 11-point lead. The Tigers kept pecking away. Their two big guns, Irvin, who averages better than 20 points, not a factor until late. Doug Smith, he had just 1 point in the first half, but with 3 seconds to go, tipped in the errant shot by Lee Coward. Coward missed a 6-footer from the baseline. Smith tipped it in to tie the score 76 all. Then inbounding the ball, Coleman threw it to the freshman, and he made a freshman mistake, Billy Owens, but he got away with it. It was shuffling off to Buffalo. No call by the officials. They said timeout was called before he walked. Impossible, you say? Well, that's the way they saw it. 76-76. We go to a 5-minute overtime.
Last time Syracuse played an overtime game, they came up short. That was in a tip-off classic last year when North Carolina, without J.R. Reed, beat them 96-93. So the back screen right there. Toughest screen to defend is the up screen, the back screen. You must switch on it. You can't play it head-to-head, and it's really difficult to defend.
Freshman Billy Owens pumps from 14. No good, but a big board down low by Stephen Thompson. He draws the foul.
What an offensive rebounder. There is no way at 6'3½" he should be rebounding with the Giants inside. But he's got the great legs and the aggressiveness and the desire to want the ball.
Anthony Peeler checks in, and sitting down, Byron Irvin.
You have a scoop, Jim, if he can convert these two. I'll tell you, you have a scoop watching the way he releases the ball on a free throw line.
5 of 13 coming in, 0 for 2 to the stripe so far tonight, a 39% free throw shooter, the left-hander.
They've brought in experts to work with him on that free throw. Not even close, Jim, not even close. And remember, we've documented it and showed you that Syracuse in close games in the past have really struggled because of this right here.
And the board by Greg Church.
That's the story again. Sambodi, not much of an offensive player, but an excellent complimentary player.
Coward slapped away by Thompson. Norm Stewart says, what happened?
There's a look at Herman Hareed, a defensive player. They reverse the ball out to Coward. There comes Thompson over. Now to kick it back inside. He'll throw it back out, reverse it, swing it. Sambodi. And there's Thompson, gets a little piece of the ball. Little contact right there on Doug Smith.
So going to the line, the man that played his high school ball for Elbert Richmond and Mackenzie High School, Doug Smith, he had the tip in with 3 seconds left to tie it up.
Richmond's been there many a year at Mackenzie, does a solid job.
Now the Tigers down the stretch, paced by Byron Irvin's performance, hit 11 of 14 free throws in the final minute 45 in their win over North Carolina. Little nerves, though, for Doug Smith right now.
Got to get a little more arc to the ball.
0 for 2. Thompson pulls it down. 4:15 left to go in the OT, and nobody has scored.
Thompson is a gamer. He wants the ball. What a rebounder. Might be the best rebounder in the nation for his size, especially on the offensive glass.
Only 6'4" and just a junior. Douglas in possession. Coward in there still. He's got 4 fouls.
They stripped the ball out of Sherman's hands.
Nice pass to Owens. And the foul. Douglas and Sandbody have words.
Clarifying my statement about Thompson, I mean for 6'3" forwards, he's the best 6'3" rebounder in the nation. They get all ball. Ball comes loose. They stay with it. Douglas has the poise. Runs it up. What a pass by Thompson over to Owens for the foul. Now Owens goes to the line. Let's see if Owens does a better job. He was 1 for 4 in one game on a free throw line. See, I don't think you can win the national championship with this kind of execution. When you start to play against the UNLVs, the Georgetowns, the teams like Michigan and Illinois, if you're in postseason play, you're going to have to be able to execute because of the closeness of the games. 1 for 4 now in the overtime period on the free throw line.
77-76 Syracuse. 3:52 left to go. First overtime.
They're going to try to overload and swing the ball against the zone. They swing someone through the zone, get into the gaps and seams. Not a good shot right there by Anthony Peeler.
Douglas brings it down, wanted to run, will back it out. Starts to penetrate. Tipped up once, no good. Owens slaps at it again. 3 rejections, and it's up over the cone, and finally, Smith comes down with it, but he travels.
Got a walking violation on Doug Smith. Watch out for the technical. Syracuse just beating him to the glass with great legs and bounce off the floor, getting seconds and thirds. Again, I'll say it, Sherman Douglas is thinking too much score, 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 rather than setting up his teammates and letting the shot come to him. He's trying to force the action to score.
Norm Stewart has seen enough of Peeler, the freshman. The senior Byron Irvin checks back in. Baseline, no good. Tipped up and good.
There he is again.
Stephen Thompson again.
Sir Stephen, what a player. He can wear a uniform for me and go 0 for 10 on a free throw line. He's such a gamer. Tough, hard-nosed, and a winner.
3-point lead for the Orangemen. The alley-oop.
Oh! They come back at Syracuse, and they say, how do you like this, Sherman Douglas? I can throw the lob as well.
Doug Smith.
Hold me down, Jim. Hold me down. This is exciting time. It's Maylux time. Churn the stomach.
Boy, did the 6'10 sophomore awaken the last 4 minutes, and the turnover, a 4-on-2 if they hurry.
Sandbody made the play defensively. Good denial on the lane.
Church to Sandbody, swings it around.
Now some patience.
Missouri can take the lead with a hoop. Church to Sandbody. 25 on the shot clock. In the paint it goes. Church lays it up, and Greg Church buys 2 more.
When is the last time Missouri had the lead? I can't remember, Jim. Timeout, T.O. Syracuse.
2:21 left of the overtime. Jim Boeheim is concerned, and they're exuberating over on that Missouri bench.
Running a small business is all about pursuing a dream, making your mark, finding new ways to get things done. Sprint understands, and they have some new ways to help your business succeed, like data services backed by guarantees. They call it the Sprint Small Business Promise. It says that their data services will be among the most reliable in the business. So reliable, in fact, that if the Sprint network goes down, even for a minute, you'll get 3 days of service free. Guaranteed. In short, it says that Sprint will be there for you 24/7 with data services designed specifically for small business and backed by unsurpassed guarantees. For your guarantees, call 1-800-307-1416.
Do it by December 31st and they'll throw in a Cisco router worth $3,400.
So go on, invent a new product, change an entire industry, shake up the world. Just know that Sprint has you covered. Guaranteed.
Duke, Kentucky, 2 of basketball's biggest rivals in a day of their greatest matchups, only on ESPN Classic. First, Elton Brand and the Blue Devils hold off the Wildcats in '98's Jimmy V Classic. And Christian Laettner's last-second shot in '92 caps one of the greatest games ever. Then, Kentucky gets its revenge in '98's comeback win over Duke. Plus, get up close with legends Rick Pitino and Mike Krzyzewski. Classic Duke, Kentucky starts at noon Eastern Sunday only on ESPN Classic. Brought to you locally by Time Warner Cable.
Jim, Sherman Douglas is certainly a great offensive player, but I think he's trying to create too much for his own shot rather than create shots for his teammates and let the shot come to him. Here he is again, coming up short with a little jumper off the dribble, and now you're going to watch them battling inside, and now we're going to see the lob to Doug Smith. There's Coward. He throws one up on top. One Motor City player to a Motown masher, Mr. Doug Smith.
2:21 left to go in overtime number 1. Will there be another? Tigers lead it by 1. Douglas backcourt.
Somebody really meeting the challenge of playing Billy Owens. He made a great defensive player before.
Thompson with a fadeaway. Missouri with a big board.
Someone has forgotten to get the ball in the hands of Coleman. Coleman really's got one score in the last about 8-9 minutes. Has not been able to get the ball inside. So they're going to spread the court now against the man-to-man. Trying to run some backdoor cuts out of this.
Better hurry.
5-second violation almost right there.
They'll work on the clock a little bit. Shot clock inside of 20. Good defense by Syracuse. Smith couldn't get it.
They got a one-on-one move out of Smith, and he came up short. He nonchalanted it at the end of the shot. Right now, they should go right to Derek Coleman. Put the rock in his hands. He hasn't touched it in a long time.
The last Missouri lead, 11:38 of the first half. They're up by a point. Air ball, but Thompson rebound.
There's Mr. Thompson again with an offensive rebound. What an instinct for the ball. What a nose for the basketball.
1 point lead for the Orangemen at the minute mark. Overtime.
You get one extra timeout during the timeout for the overtime period.
Around Rowe, almost stepped out of bounds. Smith in trouble. Back out to Coward. Shot clock reads 22. Coward against Douglas. There's a brick.
Not a good shot that time by Coward. He certainly forced the action.
Smart play by Sherman Douglas. He knew he was surrounded by white jerseys and quickly called for the timeout. 37 seconds left to go. Syracuse by 1, and they've got the basketball.
You know, Jim, talking some strategy right now. Not the kind of shot that Norm Stewart wanted. As we look at the timeouts remaining right here, 0 now for Syracuse, 1 left for Missouri. And you talk about a bad shot, but the kid has been a gamer, but he forced that. The shot wasn't there. Now with Syracuse with possession of the ball, Missouri has to think again about possibly fouling Steve Thompson if he touches the ball. You don't want an intentional foul because there's 2 shots plus possession. Look at Norm Stewart. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
I think he's saying that maybe Lee Coward was fouled by Sherman Douglas.
I don't believe he was fouled there at all, Jim. I just think it was a bad shot. He tried to force it. Now, right now, we're going to see them put the ball in the hands, most likely, of Douglas. Try to set a screen to get him the ball.
And, of course, if you're Missouri, you want to foul Thompson, but they get Matt Rowe. Matt Rowe.
That's not heady basketball. They don't allow any time to go off the clock. They put on a line probably Syracuse's best free throw shooter.
Matt had not been to the line in the 3 previous games. Of course, that man, Norm Stewart, has reason to be upset. Remember the traveling violation against Billy Owens with 2 seconds left that was not called that would have given Missouri at least a chance to win it in regulation.
Right now, if he converts this and you're down 3, it's decision time. You go for the 3 and try to tie it. And if you do go for the 3, who shoots it? You got to go to Coward, most likely, to shoot the 3. Irvin is a capable shooter, a streaky shooter, not what you would call a pure shooter.
16 started, then there were 8, then down to 4. Syracuse, North Carolina, Missouri, and Indiana.
It was fun. Hey, would you be my big, strong watchdog and guard my Bud Light while I go to the ladies' room?
Woof. Woof, baby.
Hey, that's Patrick.
Hey, dog, what's going on? Oh, he got moves. Look, he got moves. Stop. Go.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
It ain't that bad.
I've always loved working on computers, and in the Army, that's what I do.
If you never thought about the U.S. Army or Army Reserve, think about this. There are 212 ways for you to become a soldier and work at a job you'll love. Call for this free video to find out which job is right for you. And if you call 1-800-645-ARMY right now, you'll also receive a free Army t-shirt with your video. Discover the 212 ways you can be an Army of one.
Can your radio do this? Only one radio can give you stereo sound this big, yet is small enough to fit almost anywhere. The extraordinary Wave Radio from Bose. Press the remote control and hear big, rich sound that fills the room. Sounds so rich, popular science called it a sonic marvel. You hear music the way it was meant to be heard. Clear, full, incredibly lifelike. You've got to hear the Wave Radio to believe it, and now you can, satisfaction guaranteed. Call toll-free to hear it in your home. Ask about our free shipping offer and interest-free payment plan. Experience big stereo sound from a radio. Call today. Order now and take advantage of our 12-month interest-free payment plan.
Are you tired of overnighters that don't go over well? Or extra beds that take an extra set of hands just to set up? Then the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is your dream come true. This amazing premium quality airbed automatically inflates itself, turning any room into a bedroom in just 1 minute. There's no hand pump, no foot pump, no pumping at all. Just plug it in, push the button, and the patented built-in pump instantly inflates the Aero bed in just 1 minute. It's so easy, it even unrolls itself. So BYOB, bring your own bed on vacation, on business trips, in your camper, on your boat, or even keep a spare in your car trunk. It's like sleeping on air, anytime, anywhere, even every night. The AeroBed gives you the same comfort and support of premium mattresses at only a fraction of the cost, with luxury features like the exclusive adjustable support sleep system and the one-touch comfort control that instantly adjusts the bed from soft to firm while you stay in bed. Plus, the AeroBed deflates in about 5 seconds for easy storage, using 80% less space than a rollaway bed. The Aero Extra Bed in a Minute is non-allergenic and easy to clean. And best of all, it uses all your standard size linens. Your AeroBed comes complete with the attached electric airflow pump, the one-touch comfort controls, and patented quick-release deflation valve, all for just 4 easy payments of only $33. But listen to this. If you call within the next 30 minutes, we'll take off an entire payment. Through this special television offer, you'll receive the AeroBed for just 3 easy payments of $33. Plus, as a special bonus, we'll give you this convenient carrying bag absolutely free. Get your credit card ready and call the toll-free number on your screen now, or send check or money order to the address shown. You can get the Aero Extra Bed in a Minute sleep system for just 3 easy payments of $33, plus shipping and handling, with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you call right now, we'll even give you the carrying bag absolutely free. Call the toll-free number on your screen now.
You mentioned earlier the little shuffle by Billy Owens. There was no doubt about it. Here comes the ball in the hands of the diaper dandy, Billy Owens. And there's the little dance.
And there is where he signaled for the timeout. So the official explanation, and they talked to us during the timeout, that he called timeout and then walked, doesn't hold water.
Well, I didn't think it held water. You know, I told you during the break when we had here, we would hear that and we called the official over, and sure enough, that was the explanation.
He walked, then he held the basketball, then he called timeout.
Well, see, Jim, they're going to say the timeout was called by another player on the floor prior to Billy Owens touching the basketball. But that's all behind us. That's gone. And right now, Missouri's got to think of a way of trying to find the possibility of a three-point shot if Rowe converts these two.
Matt Rowe at the line. A one-point Orangeman lead.
Got to credit Jimmy Boeheim also for getting the ball in the hands of Matt Rowe. Designing as they popped off, making sure the ball was not in the hands of Stephen Thompson.
Let's talk strategy now. If Matt makes another, it's up to a three-point lead. If you're Norm Stewart, you want the three-point try, or do you want to get down one time, take 2?
I would go for the 3. I definitely would go for the 3.
And this man, Lee Coward, is the man who they want to take the three-point shot.
You got to get into gaps, set something. Look at Sherman Douglas right now. No one can stop the game. Well, he goes for the 2. Can't stop the clock.
23 seconds left to go. Tigers have brought it back to within 1. No timeouts left.
Well, they should get another chance. If Thompson touches the ball, I would foul him immediately. There's still plenty of time on the clock. It was tough to try to set up for the 3 also. See, they're putting the ball in Rowe's hands. What a heady play. Boeheim has done a great job in working on that. We got to foul him before he shoots it. Oh, too late. And he gets fouled on a play. He ices it here, Jim. If he knocks this down, it's over.
That's Irvin's second personal foul on Irvin.
Now, see, they put the ball in the hands of Rowe, an excellent free throw shooter. He kicks it out. Owens to Douglas, flash into the ball. And there's Thompson, nobody back. Boeheim's got to be on cloud 9. He designed it. He did a great job, Jimmy Boeheim. Look at him. Does he want this, baby? Does he want it? Oh, does Boeheim want it? The Boeheim brain won this. I thought he did an excellent job, just the little things of putting the ball in the hands. And there it is. He knocks it down. Isn't it unbelievable? There's no way they're going to get a 4-pointer unless Rowe hits him there.
Irvin for 2 with 4 seconds left.
Have no timeouts. Have no timeouts. Syracuse wins a close game. That could be a great sign for Syracuse basketball. Last year they were losing all these games. It could be a sign of maturity for the Syracuse Orangemen.
There's the final score in overtime. They were tied at the end of regulation, 76 all, because Doug Smith tipped in a Lee Coward shot with 3 seconds left to go. Into overtime we went.